So you're a true legislative wonk, which
Yeah.
is kind of rare for women. And I like to see that women in politics is, we tend to take a back seat in that role because we don't feel qualified or we don't feel, as knowledgeable. So it's good to see women in the getting their hands dirty in that. So with the cannabis advocacy and legalization, where do you think? And I know what your answer is going to be, but as far as
Right.
where are you going to bring your advocacy into the Office of Agriculture Commissioner? Are you going to advocate for legalization with recreational use or just medical use, or where do you think you can
It
go with that?
what I can bring to the table in terms of improving cannabis policy in Texas is I really know it and understand it. And what I've seen as a big hump around the Capitol, even though we have the votes in both houses to pass comprehensive medical right now, we don't have many members who really get it, understand it, so they're a little scared of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if we had a statewide office holder who really understood it, particularly at an agency that's relevant to cannabis, in many states, the ag department handles the cultivation side and particularly regulation of pesticides, then I think that really could help us move the ball and do so in a thoughtful way. A lot of states have gone about it the wrong way. No state has regretted expanded medical or even legalization for adult use, but there's still been missteps. And for example, California has had a gray market and a big black market for decades, and they've been unable to put that genie back in the bottle, and then they've overtaxed their legal market so badly that the legal market is now revolting out there.
Right.
And then Oklahoma also so liberally gave out medical licenses that they flooded the market and made it harder to make a living, a little too loosey-goosey. So there's a bowl of porridge in there that's just right, where you've got the guiding principles on that are the product is safe, that it's tested and labeled, where consumers know what they're getting, that we educate people on how to use cannabis products properly, whether it's medically or recreational, and that they also understand any medical impacts of it if they are using it recreational.
So you think we can learn from these other states, and it's kind of good taking a wait and see approach and learning from these other states' mistakes and implementing it correctly. And
I don't think we need to wait any longer. We've waited plenty long. Texas is behind, and when you get behind, the market fills the void.
right.
So a lot of cannabis products are already available in Texas. I just roll my eyes when I hear our lieutenant governor or some of the more conservative Republicans talk about, we're going to be conservative and cautious about this. And I'm like, guys, you've already created a void. The market's already gotten ahead of you. You underfund our crime labs. They can't test this stuff or mystery substances and vape pens that aren't cannabis but could hurt somebody. We're doing it all wrong. So both kind of over-regulating, and under-regulating at the same time. And ideally you would want to very quickly expand the medical program to just let doctors practice medicine and implement some safety, and then within 2 years roll out adult use. When states have tried to take too big of a bite at once, some pretty nasty chaos can ensue.